James Sauerland, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. With me, I've got none other than Kalle Sauerland. We're here in Monaco, Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
Give it its full title.
That's why, James, you're here, not Coogan. You know, this is a classy performance. Sorry, Coogan, I think Coogan's in Glasgow.
That's right. Coogan's
good to
got the
see
rough
you,
end of the
James.
stick.
Good to see you. Good to see you on the VIP tours these days.
Thank you, my dear man.
You know, that's the way it should be.
Thank you, my dear man. I've got to say, the level of promotion, investment and interest in this has been fantastic. You've only got to look at the world's media here today from literally every country.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic event. Talk to me a little bit firstly about the World Boxing Super Series.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is, it's not my money. It's a massive organisation
Like a
behind it.
consortium.
It's a consortium of two very big companies, and you know, they have got a very special plan, or we've got a very special plan on the way this is going to be done. Tonight was just a taster. You're going to see it at the events. The event's going to be totally different. I mean, for someone who wasn't here tonight in themselves, I think you just wouldn't believe it if I told you. You know, we had 300 production people over here since Monday. We've had, we've had a crew here doing stuff that you normally would see on big television shows. I think you saw the production on TV, but the efforts around it, and you know, it's been 4.5 years in the planning, and some of the people involved are also been involved around the Champions League of football since day one, since the early 90s. So
now, you mentioned the Champions League. A lot of the boxers have been saying, I've been getting this quote quite regular, that it's sort of like the Champions League of boxing. Is that the way the boxers are sort of seeing it?
Yeah, I mean, you've got two very different weight classes. So you know, obviously you've got the cruisers where you've got the 4 world champions in, and you've got, you know, it's a division that has got so much talent in. I could have done 2, actually. I could have filled up two times. You know, I could have actually got 16 fighters from the cruiserweights, and you said each of them were damn good. Whereas you look at the super mids, you've got much more of a different storyline to it. You've got obviously George Groves as the man in the division at the moment. You know, they've just become WBA super champ. You've got Callum Smith, who has been on the verge for so long in the UK to step it up. Now it's that time. It's come, you know, and you can see Callum on the big stage tonight look great. You know, you can tell he wants these big fights as well now. You've got the winner obviously next week. It was always a big fight. It's now a huge fight. Abraham versus Eubank at Wembley next Saturday, and then, you know, obviously got Leon Bramer as a more seasoned champion, who's you know, 2-time world champion, and you got these 4 undefeated challengers. You know, all got different storylines to them. You know, I mean, the Turk Avni Yildirim, very dangerous fighter. You know, got Skoglund, undefeated Swede. You've got obviously Jamie Cox fighting George Groves in the first fight. That's going to be a great build-up to that. You know, and you've got Brandt, you know, voted Prospect of the Year in the States. You know, so you know, also undefeated. So it's, you know, got the 2 divisions are very differently set up. You know, and I think we're going to get some amazing fights. I mean, the lineup now is I've seen a lot of people referring to it as boxing porn. I think that'd be quite accurate. I'm allowed to say that on iFilm.
You could say whatever you want on iFilm. Well, we're technically not called iFilm, but you can say whatever you like, except for the word iFilm.
Okay. IFL. IFL, sorry.
No,
I've been there since day one. You know, you do notice
you have
that.
Been to
you do
day
notice
one.
that.
I do notice that. You can say and do whatever you like, sir. I just want to touch on the fact that you've managed to get all cruiserweight titles into the tournament, which must have been, excuse my French, a lot of ball ache to get put that all together and get all these people simultaneously in. You know,
it's funny. It's been like, I've been working on this, put the lineups together, obviously, since the press conference in New York in March. We knew pretty quickly that weight classes we wanted to go for. So yeah, I've been working on this non-stop, and I've been working on 2 time zones. So I'm looking forward to a week off now, but get straight back in it next week with Eubank Abraham. But you know, to put it together, it's been about working with a lot of different characters.
Of course.
To be fair, the people up here tonight were always on our list to start with, all of them. So there's not one that's come in late or something. They've always been on the list, and we've looked at it from day one and thought, well, you know, we want to blend the characters, but we also want the champs. And you know, to get them all in, yeah, it was tough, but they wanted to go in. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't like, oh no, we don't want to do it. You know, it was one or two fighters.
Well, you've got a couple of them, and the
One or
others
two
are going
fighters
to
who
come.
simply, you know, just didn't want to go, and it was political reasons. I don't know, maybe they didn't want it. Maybe they don't fancy face this level of opposition 3 times in a year. Anthony Durrell, I don't know, went off the radar. You know,
very disappointing that we haven't seen Callum Smith-Darrell in the tournament.
Yes,
it would have been,
you know,
it would have been an ideal
listen,
opportunity.
that wasn't down
to
to Callum. That was down to, you know, Callum was ready to go. We were ready to go. We were up in the money from the purse bid by a lot, by a hell of a lot. You know, we offered to do it in the States, so it was in the States. It was for more money. It was, you know, it was everything that it was.
Just to get it over the line.
Just to get over the line, we were throwing money at it, and Durrell didn't want that fight, and Durrell didn't want to go in the tournament. That's fair enough, you know. I can't force people.
I want to talk about broadcasting now. With there being so many characters, so many people that have got ties to different broadcasting companies. For instance, with Eddie Hearn and Sky, with Chris Eubank Jr. and Chris Senior and ITV. Will individual fights of the tournament be shown on different broadcasters, or is it a one broadcaster, one tournament thing? How does it work out?
Yeah, just to explain once again, this is a big organisation. I'm simply working for this company.
Of course, yeah.
As chief boxing officer in order to recruit the sporting talent. I'm not involved in the TV side of things. All these fighters are TV free, meaning this can go on any platform. We're going to talk about the UK, obviously, the UK outlets, so we'll talk about the UK. UK, there's obviously 3 platforms currently very focused on boxing, or involved in boxing. And I believe that the discussions are ongoing with all 3, you know, and there's no one who's got the rights, and I think it's an ongoing process, and it's done by a company called MP and Silver. They're handling the rights, you know, and that's more or less all I know about it. So it
could be quite interesting to see what certain fights end up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think you've got to look at, you know, this is not a normal TV product of boxing, because I've been doing that since many years, and this is about a whole package, and it's about, you know, when you see that, you saw tonight, like a little bit the snippets of the videos involved. The programming that is going to come with this is going to blow the fans off their feet. So even if people say now, wow, it's a Bradis versus Perez, it's an amazing fight. So I've got a Latvian against a Cuban Irish guy, but at the end of the day, that is an amazing fight. Anyone who knows their boxing knows. But what you need to attract the mainstream on a fight like that, you need the right platform, and you need programming before the fight and around the fight to get people interested in the storyline. Add to that the spice of the fight, and you know that's going to deliver that fight. You know that fight is going to deliver. There's not a chance in hell that that's not going to deliver. And those cruiserweight fights and the super middleweight, they will deliver on the sporting level. So what these guys are going to do, they're going to create, you know, product that goes out there and captures people's imagination. You know, and I think they're the right people to go and do it. You know, they've certainly done it with other products before.
Could you imagine a heavyweight version of this with the current heavyweights as they are, and with the Muhammad Ali trophy, which is have probably a little bit extra to the heavyweights, maybe, I'm going to surmise, but could you imagine that? Yeah,
I mean, look, you know, the first season's well documented. You know, we had an approximate budget in the sporting division of about $50 million. I think we need to probably up that for the heavyweights.
Oh,
but
the big lads need more.
Yeah, but you know, I think that will come in time, and there's talk of obviously about where this is going. It's going to go to 3 weight classes in season 2 potentially.
Wow.
You know, do we go down to looking at a big heavyweight one, for example? Something that, you know, I think they'll look at during the season, and you know, we'll be doing our work already for season 2 now. I mean, it's mouth-watering, isn't it? You know,
it could be incredible.
I think if you've got to look at the stories around the heavyweights, and it really started in November, you know, 2 years ago with Fury.
When he beat Klitschko.
When he beat Klitschko, it suddenly smashed the whole division wide open, and from that point on, you know, Tyson's obviously had an unfortunate time, but he's a great champ, and he's going to come back strong. And you got Anthony doing his thing, and he had that, you know, huge fight. We even had Klitschko in an exciting fight. That's a rare one, mate. He did an amazing fight. Vladimir came to win, and he put on a great fight. And if there's a rematch, then it's going to be a very interesting fight. You got Pulev, you got all these characters who coming through now as well. I mean,
Dillian White,
of course.
for instance.
Dillian White, you know, you got Del Boy, you got lots of characters, you know, and I think characters in the sport, it's very, very important, and I mean, we've got a really good kid who's turning pro, and we'll be announcing that in a couple of weeks, and he's sensational.
You can't drop that Cliff Richard hanger on us like that.
I'll give it to you exclusive, but not tonight.
All right.
Tonight's about the Muhammad
Before we go,
Trophy.
I don't want to hypothesize any more on heavyweight stuff. I want to live in the here and now. When will the tournament kick off? Give us some ideas of
September
dates and
the 9th.
locations.
It's very simple. It's very, very simple. So it's September the 9th, and it's 8 back-to-back weekends. Right? 8 back-to-back weekends. So there's no, when's it on or whatever. You will know it's 8 back-to-back weekends starting September the 9th. So, yeah, I know there's Canelo Golovkin. I know there's other fights, but these guys, they want to go against the stream. What they want you to realise that's the season of the Ali Trophy, and 8 back-to-back weekends will be starting on September the 9th. The semi-finals will be in January and February, and then we'll move on to the finals in May.
Okay, and so each event they'll have. So for each tournament fight will be, I'm assuming, top of the bill, and then you'll have hopefully a stacked undercard on that.
Oh, they'll be packed. Right. Oh, the undercards will be sensational. But wait till you see the setup. I mean, you saw it tonight, James. The setup on site, and I don't know what I'm going to do with my normal shows because I can't afford this normally, and it's going to just look insane. It's going to look futuristic. It's going to be very gladiatorial. The arenas are going to look absolutely dressed up to the nines, and it's going to be the platform for these great sporting moments to take place. And the first one in the UK will be Callum Smith, Eric Skoglund, September the 16th in Liverpool.
I've got to say, before we go, I loved the work and the interviews you did with our German guy, Klaus Friever. He is a secret weapon for us on IFL TV, and we're hoping to utilise him a lot more in the land, in Deutschland.
For sure. Klaus is he's at all our fights.
Yeah, well, hopefully we get a bit more content. If you're watching, Klaus, good work, outstanding.
Cool. Thanks a lot, James. All the best, mate.